What up, y'all? This is Anton with Simply Marvelous. I'm here with my co-host Taylor Day, broadcasting live from the New York.
New York.
Right. Oh man. We are here to talk about the Batman or Vengeance himself. When did you see this movie, Miss Taylor Day? Did you watch
I
it opening?
I saw it like I think that Sunday. That Sunday it came out that weekend. So I mean, it's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
this is we're gonna have all the spoilers, y'all. There will be all the spoilers. If you
Oh
haven't seen it
boy.
by now, you're not about to see it till it hits HBO Max or something.
Absolutely. My
When did
late
you see
tail
it?
just seen it. I just seen it 3 days ago. Yeah,
Lord.
3 days ago. It's been rough. I haven't had any chance to do it. Brother been in school, so
Hey, we
I
like that education tip.
you
Mr.
know,
Real Estate over here, Mr. Worldwide. Y'all need
mm,
some property. Get
yeah.
out of here over
Eventually,
here.
let a brother pass that state test.
Okay.
That state test. That's where it is. But yeah, so we've been getting educated over here, and I just haven't had a chance to go out and see it. Heard so many different type of reactions to this movie, so I'm itching to hear your reaction to the emo Batman. All
Yeah.
right. Well, before we do that, go ahead and tell the folks where they can find us now.
I was about to say, y'all, it's been a
Yeah,
minute.
we've
But
been.
hit
Yeah.
us up on all of our socials at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Simply Marvelous. It's just Marvel and us. So it's Simply Marvelous underscore, simply underscore Marvel and us. Give us a like, share, and follow. And tell us what you've been up to since we've been gone.
I know, right? It's
Our
a lot that's
hiatus.
happened. A lot has happened since we've been gone. So, all right, let's talk about the Batman,
The Batman.
Vengeance himself. All right, just your quick reaction when you walked out the movie theater. How was you feeling about the movie that I think me and you both didn't expect to be very good at all?
Yeah, I definitely went in with Batman fatigue and I left with a little less Batman fatigue, but still I was just like, y'all, we get so many Batman. We had so many reincarnations of Batman. But
Mm.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was just like, okay. I wasn't like insane like hyped over it, but I was like, okay, that was a quite different take. It's gonna take me some time to digest that, to figure out where we're situated in the Matt Reeves universe and in this take of Batman and Bruce Wayne. I'm used to Playboy Bruce. I'm used to a much grislier Batman,
Right.
and this one is a lot more contained. It's emo. It's like it's so much more emo. And also I grew up in the Twilight era. Like forever, I mean,
Mhm.
like, not no disrespect to Rob Pattinson because he did a great job, but he will forever be a vampire to me. So I'm like looking at it, and especially with him in sunglasses and it just haggard. I'm like, he's playing Bruce Wayne as as a vampire right now. Like, where are the suits and the cars? Which is the most like misogynistic point of view, I guess, coming from me. But yeah, he was okay. Those are my thoughts until before we get into deeper. But like, how about you? What were your thoughts?
Walking out the theater, I was like, wow. I actually like this Batman version more
Mhm.
than at least the previous one, the Snyder
Oh
Batman.
yeah,
You know, only one that to me that even rivals it is the Christopher Nolan. What's man?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale Batman. I
Mhm.
like the darkness. I love the groundedness to it. Fortunately, I never watched Twilight, so I don't have that previous image in my head to battle against. So I was like, okay, I understand. This is a very, very dark universe. It is very
Yeah.
grounded. Um, the characters seemed somewhat believable. It felt like something that it really felt like a mob movie to me more than
Yeah.
a Batman movie. But I like that, you know. It was a
Mhm.
lot more practicality to his character. He was very upset. He was very, you know, sad character. He's just, you know, emo, like
Sad
you
boy.
said.
Just a
But
sad sack, like
but I liked it. I just liked the actual movie in general. It might have been a tad bit too long, but
yeah, like 30 minutes definitely too
yeah,
long.
yeah, but it was still good to me. And I don't know if I ever watch it again unless my wife wants to see it, and
Mhm.
I'll watch it with her. But it was a very good first impression and first experience with the movie. Maybe a
Yeah.
one timer, but I liked it a lot.
Mm. See,
Anyway,
now that's interesting that you say it's a one-timer because how many of the previous Batman films do you feel like you would want to watch and rewatch over again? I feel like that's very
yeah,
important to to talk
right,
about when it comes to like how good a film is. It's like, okay, yeah, it's excellent, but what is the rewatchability
right.
factor with it?
It's not an extremely fun film. You know,
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
thing with Marvel. It's something fun about it, even if it's a deep subject or you know something very tragic is happening overall in the theme of the movie. Marvel just seems to be fun, and there's scenes you'll want to go back and watch over and over
Yeah.
and over again. Whereas this, it was just kind of like a total package thing. You know, the aesthetic, the world's greatest detective, actually
Yeah.
seeing him do detective work, which was
Right.
the main thing for me. So other than that, you know, it was just a good movie. I don't watch mob movies. That's the thing. I'm the guy that's never
Mhm.
seen Godfather. I only seen
Mm.
what's the movie with Tony Montana in it, whatever. Like
Scarface?
Scarface. I've seen that one time. You know, I
Yeah.
don't watch mob movies and these type of things. So this is kind of a movie for that crowd to me,
Mhm.
you know, more than a superhero film watcher, even though that's
Yeah.
what I came in for. But you know, it was good though. And, you know, maybe I will see it again, but it's
I
nothing
feel
like
like I feel like this is about to be that movie for, like, bros who, like, if they're in their feelings and just, like, mad at the world, but not, like, full incel, they're just gonna, like, put on the Batman
the
and, like,
Batman.
and brood and just be like, I'm
Yeah,
mad at the world, I'm
right.
vengeance, you know? It's like
Hey, it's that energy. It's
when men
definitely
go
that
through their
energy.
own cycle, they're gonna just put on the Batman and just have cramps. You
The
bring on the
men,
chocolate.
that's hilarious. The male PMS film. That's what this one is.
That's
Okay, I
what the
get you.
Batman is.
All right. Well, so let's talk about some of the characters and how we feel about of them. Let's
Yeah.
just start with Brother Wayne in general.
Mhm.
You know, for me personally, I liked it. It just fit the film. I'm not gonna say he's the best Wayne. Probably the Christian Bale version is the best Wayne,
Mhm.
probably hands down. That's the one everybody's used to. The backstory is kind of played like everybody expects it to be played.
Yeah.
This version is, like you said, the super depressed, just subdued, grounded. Um, yeah, that guy. So
Yeah.
I liked it. You know, it could have been.
So
I don't know. Yeah, I liked it though.
so this is my theory, right? I think other people have said this, but this is my theory. I think and because they've already cleared they're making a second one, right? I'm pretty sure it's, like, already
I
happened.
don't know. I think they should. I think they should continue in this universe, but I don't know. I haven't read anything to
I
confirm
think
that.
they're going to, and I think it's going to be a situation kind of like how they did Tom Holland Spider-Man, where it's like the first like you're getting introduced to the character, like, the
Mhm,
character that is like Peter,
mhm,
in his beginning early years of Spider-Man. And then by the final film, by the third film, you get Spider-Man, like,
mhm,
And
mhm,
so I feel like we're not gonna get Bruce Wayne as we know Bruce Wayne in the past until like second, third film. So like he's not gonna be in cars and jets and stuff, like really putting on that mask until like later films.
mhm,
Because we're getting the early years right now. So he's not perfecting the model of what the fake life that is Bruce Wayne. So because he's gonna have to do something. Um, he's gonna
Yeah.
have to do something. So I think that like they're gonna build on that. So that's number one. Number two, yeah, like I know Matt Reeves when he was writing this, he like wrote it like listening to the Nirvana album, so it was based off
Hmm.
of Kurt Cobain. It felt like it.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
felt like it.
Hmm. I see it.
Um, so like when you're looking at it in that light, when I'm looking at it in that light, I do like the approach. I like this kind of Bruce Wayne, but again, sometimes it's just a little bit too emo for me. Like I love a good Black Parade, guys. I love a good Black Parade, but my God, like
It's
take a Prozac, like the rest of us. Come on, like But I'm gonna need you to get on those SSRIs. But no, and it's funny because it's like, okay, so this is everyone's talking about this too, like, oh, so this is our virgin Batman, and it's like this billionaire dude, like yes, this is our 40-year-old virgin Batman, or 30-year-old
Mm,
virgin Batman,
that-
and doesn't necessarily know, like he still has like some swag a little bit, but he doesn't know what to do with it. He gets all flustered around Catwoman, Selena Kyle, because she's not necessarily Catwoman yet. So it's just funny, like seeing him so just even that scene where he's like trying to get away from the cops and they're going back and forth, trying to like be like, so how are we gonna do this? Like, and get out of there. And then
mm.
he's like running down the hall. It just seems like
Is it awkward?
it was so funny because it just seems so awkward and not like as stealth as he like usually is.
Mhm.
So he's like needing to be a little bit more stealthy. But I like that he's off kilter. This is an off
Mhm.
kilter Batman that we're not used to. Because again, we're used to him always having everything together and being on top. And also, I must say, this is like unrelated. It kind of is related, but also unrelated to Robert Pattinson. But every time I start talking about previous Batman, I always forget Ben. So when you
Yeah.
mentioned the
Uh,
Snyder cut, like that,
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
also Batman because I just automatically delete it
Yeah.
from
It's
my
definitely my least favorite recent one, at least. You know.
uh,
Not,
fever dream. That was a
yeah.
fever dream.
I don't like Batman placed in a universe where there's powered people. I,
Mm. Makes him
'Cause
look
that's
weak.
when no, it starts to make them look ridiculous because they make them keep up with these big dudes. Like he
Yeah.
fought Superman, but really, what can you
What
do
are you doing
against Superman
fighting
if you have
Superman?
no kryptonite readily available? There's nothing
Yeah,
you can do, and they make him try to stand toe to toe with a Superman. It's just not. It don't work for me.
it don't make
That's what
sense.
it makes me not like Batman because they're reaching so hard just to make sure he's a part of the team. Like, come on, man. He has
Yeah,
no business in there with Aquaman and Superman. But anyways, I like the
yeah,
grounded version of
yeah. I do too.
it. Yeah. Uh, uh,
Also,
uh,
but I will say that like when he went to go see Alfred, and the moment Alfred opened his poor eyes, he was like, "Why did you lie to me?" I'm like, "Can you ask
man,
okay first?
is he all right? You cool, bro? You know, you just had an explosion
His
go off in your face.
faculties." Yeah, like
Yeah, but
he's
I don't know.
crazy.
It's a little crazy. All right, let's move on to another character. Miss what'd you call her? I know it's
Selena
Catwoman.
Kyle.
Selena Kyle, that was her name. What did you think of Zoe Kravitz's portrayal of her?
Oh, I think Zoe did a fantastic job. I loved her. Okay, so I loved her portrayal of Selena Kyle. I loved the twist that she was uh
Falcone's daughter.
Falcone, yeah, for his daughter,
Yeah.
illegitimate, I don't know, however you want to call that, but his daughter, I love that. I think she did an amazing job. One thing I thought that was very interesting between her and her relationship with Batman is that again, it was like kind of awkward, like she's teasing him, but also like because I know that Zoe Kravitz played Selena Kyle as a bisexual, so obviously she was like had a relationship with her friend who disappears,
Yeah.
but also is kind of flirting with Batman, intrigued by what's going on there. But they played up their chemistry so much in the press. like on the press tour, they played
Mhm.
up their chemistry so much, and you barely even see it in the movie. And I thought that was so interesting. I was like, y'all psyching us out. So she's gonna have to come back for the next one so y'all can build upon that or something. Like, because why?
Mhm.
Why draw us in with their chemistry and we only get to see like 10 minutes of it? But I thought she did an amazing job. I thought that like fight scenes were great. I mean, like, what can you say? What else can you say? She's gorgeous. Um, she's a
Yeah,
perfect casting choice.
she really was. She looks the part. It's kind of like it's a very good balance between the Halle Berry version that nobody liked, but she still
Mhm.
has the look because everybody loved how she looked in it,
Mhm.
but everything else was just come on, son.
Trash.
And then what's the other girl name, man, in the previous Batman? I can't, it just blanked on me. Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer and then
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also Eartha Kitt.
Ooh,
Um,
OG Eartha.
mhm.
But it was a good balance between those. She definitely was a little playful with Batman, and saying what
Mhm.
you said earlier about this being the beginning stages of it. I'm
Mhm.
glad they played it the way they were. Me, I'm not every movie don't
You
need
don't care
a
about the
relationship.
romance.
And it's cool to have it. Every movie don't have to have it though, but to
Yeah.
flirt with it a little bit in here and lead up to possibly the second and third movie, you
Mhm.
know, I can I can tolerate that and believe that because she was up on my man's like she was like, oh, I kind of like this little emo guy here. Just a
Cause
tad. I want a
yeah,
little tasty taste of this one right here. So,
yeah.
I see the seeds being planted. So I'm cool with that. Her
Mhm.
action, that's where I was truly impressed. Like her kicking game, the way she had her kicking in there, I,
Yeah.
her stunt double was fire, or she did some great training. I don't know what it was, but they made it look great. So I was very happy with that.
Both of those plus CGI, because some of those CGI scenes were kind of trash. But yeah.
um, yeah, I just liked her character for the most part.
Hmm.
A great introduction into the universe, a good reason to be there. Her friend gets murdered or whatnot, so she's down for the cause. She's popping up everywhere she ain't supposed to be, but
Yes.
she's a great detective herself, along with
Hmm.
Batman. So they need to start a firm, the Cat and Bat Detective Agency, because they did a good job together. So
Definitely good cop, bad cop, or like bad cop,
facts.
worse cop.
Yeah, yeah, big facts. All right, the rogues gallery of villains that popped up in this movie,
Yeah.
all a take on the classic, the Riddler, the Penguin, um,
Yeah.
even get a sneak peek of the Joker
The
in the end.
Joker.
Um, any of those characters stand out most for you?
Okay, let's start from least lethal, I guess. I love Penguin. I thought that his fat suit was amazing. I know there's controversy with like actually casting overweight actors who don't usually get cast in things, and instead you put these thin people who can get any other role and put them in the fat suits.
Mhm.
Completely acknowledge all that. All that in order to say, at least for me, I thought I was very impressed with the prosthetics and the performance. I had a friend who wasn't, so I mean, I guess it's just to each his own. But I was really impressed with that. I know he's getting his TV show, so I'm very curious and interested to see where they take his character from there because he was kind of like a red herring, like a MacGuffin or whatever, red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like you think it's him, and
Mhm.
he's literally nobody. But you can see that again. This is the beginning stages for Penguin too. That he will end up becoming like somebody who will be a problem later on.
Mhm.
But I was very impressed with him. I kind of agree with Colin Farrell that he definitely should have had at least a cigar. But I guess Warner Brothers wasn't trying to have all that because
Right.
you're peddling cigarettes to kids. But I'm like, obviously he's a villain. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It fits
it's
the
like
part.
how yeah, it fits the part. It's just like how like villains don't have iPhones. It's like what I mean? Like in movies, villains
Right.
don't have iPhones. There's like a clause in there. It's like based on who this person is that he's not a good person because he has a cigarette. Anyway,
That's
or a
hilarious.
cigar. But I really like Penguin. So, like, just starting off with Penguin, what did you think about his performance and the character?
Not even gonna lie, he might have been my favorite character.
Really?
Not because of anything necessarily he done, but so when you see the Penguin and they played up the Penguin thing, remember when he had his hands cuffed and his feet tied and then he
Yes,
walked
and he
out,
was
he
waddling.
waddled. I was like, yeah. But the Penguin, come on, man. He's kind of played up as a joke, regardless. Even with the Danny DeVito one, this man he had these,
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
has
mean?
deformities.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they
he has
play up the
problems.
penguin, aesthetic too much.
Mhm.
And this one was just perfect. He looks like somebody that could hold the name Penguin, but still be a regular mob type
Right,
villain. His like you said, his bodysuit, his facial scars, gold teeth, all that. It just
right.
looked perfect. He didn't have nothing really special to do in the movie, and I didn't know about him getting a TV show, so that makes me even more hyped for his character.
HBO Max.
Yeah, they killing it on HBO Max, kind of
They
though.
really are.
No lie, they just
They're
killing
throwing everything at it.
it. But yeah, so I just liked his character, even more than the Riddler, and we'll talk about that one. The Riddler was fine, but I don't like his mask. But
Okay.
yeah, the Penguin was pretty dope. I can't wait to see what they do with him. They show him at the end, kind of looking out the window, looking at all the
Mhm.
wreckage. So you can tell he's plotting in his mind, like, okay,
Yep.
Falcone is
Y'all
gone.
think I'm a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah,
Y'all see what kind of
yeah.
jokes I can
I'm
make.
about to show y'all what's up. So I'm liking this rogues gallery of Batman villains in this more authentic and real environment. I do.
Okay, so moving on, you said that you didn't like the Riddler because of his mask.
No, I like the Riddler. I just didn't like his mask. The mask
Okay.
was whack to me. I don't know why. I just didn't
I
like
mean,
it.
they're just
Yeah, I
trying to
mean,
go, you know.
I understand it though. Just
But it's
more.
like, what would have been a cool way to do the
I
Riddler?
have no
Like, you know
idea.
what I mean? Because he's especially like
Right.
it's
The
hard to bring that one over to like a grounded sensibility.
big
So,
facts. They had to do
um,
something with his face, so to create the mystery, so you
oh
can
my goodness.
figure it
Okay,
out.
so
But
no offense to Paul Dano or Dano, however he pronounces his last name,
is
because I
that the
pronounce
actor
it.
who plays name?
Yes, that's the
Okay,
actor who
I
plays
don't
the
know.
Riddler, right? No offense to him and his face. But when he finally, at this whole movie, all we've heard is his heavy breathing voice in this mask. And then when he finally, we see him in the Kings, I knew what he looked like, but it just, I don't know why. But we finally see him at this diner and he turns around and he like just smiles
A
and
little
it's the most
smile.
white bread face with just a little cutout of a smile. It looked like it's like he has an emoji like smile. It was just like a little line, no lips,
Right,
the
no
most
lips.
just shortbread behind face. And I was like, wow, that is terrifying.
Yeah, yeah,
That is
yeah.
terrifying
You feel
because
like you know him, like you've met him before, like in high
yeah,
school,
it's
like
just
just like,
you
oh
are
man,
you are truly a psychopath.
big facts.
You
Yeah,
are truly a psychopath.
he puts a little
Um,
fear in your heart. It's like when I talked to my mom the other day. She said she didn't like the original Joker, not the original, but
the
the
original
Joker.
Riddler?
No, the Joker from the Christopher Nolan
Oh,
movies.
okay, the Heath
She didn't like
Ledger
it because
Joker.
it was too real for her.
Oh, this was even more
Yeah,
real.
this was like she would freak out if she saw this.
Yeah.
But like, this is somebody you seen it. You used to sit next
Yes.
to in class, like
Like, and
straight up.
I won't lie, like while watching it, I was like, oh shoot, this is probably about to be the next wave because they did make it really real. It's like
Yeah,
he has 500 followers online. They
right.
all taught each other how to
Mhm,
make bombs and like
right.
to organize. And
Mhm,
I'm like, that is the most real thing you could
yes,
possibly think of.
it
And
is.
it doesn't take a lot of people. It's like a small batch of people to do something really lethal.
Right.
Um, so
Very
yeah, I
lethal.
it's true. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but and the Riddler in general, he was dope. His riddles
Mhm.
were all pretty smart, pretty clever. Just figuring out the riddles and anticipating the next one. I like that. I definitely
Yeah.
like that. And I hope to see more. Obviously, the end of the movie seems like he has befriended. the crazy one.
He has a new
He
friend.
has a friend, and they are just laughing and giggling it away. So some bad things is gonna happen in these up and coming movies. So I don't know. They did a good job. I just didn't like the mask. That was all. That was
Yeah.
the only thing I didn't like about the Riddler.
So how long did it take you to see him in the background in that very first scene in the house in the dark? Because remember,
Mm,
it opens and it's the
yeah,
politician talking on the
he's looking.
phone, and he's like in the background, just blending in with the darkness of the background before he comes up and kills him. Did you not see
Well,
him? I saw him. I was
I
like, y'all
saw him.
tripping.
I saw him. The thing is, I didn't know if he, I didn't know anything about the movie first and foremost. So I'm like, maybe this
Yeah.
politician knows he's here. Like I thought he knew he
Oh
was
no.
there, and then he hit him with the carpet tool, like bing, like dang,
Yes.
you didn't see my man. He was literally
Mm,
sitting like 6 feet away from you. You turned around almost and looked at him. It's
for
like
real.
wow,
It's
he
that
clocked it. But yeah,
that
I thought he was.
darkness.
But no, it
Ah,
was dope character. Another dope character. I think all the characters was dope. It wasn't really a weak one in there. Uh,
yeah.
to me, Commissioner Gordon, that was his name, Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he was good. Um, he took one on the chin for for the Batman. He's like, man, you gonna
I'm
have to punch me, but you go out
you have to
that
do that
door.
hard.
Yeah, hit him hard as fuck. Bing. But
um I'm curious because okay, so in this one, the cops make it like apparent how odd it is that they have a relationship and that he's involved, like
yeah,
without being involved in the crimes,
yeah,
even though he's being called out to directly. And
right.
so I'm curious to see why and how their relationship began in this universe. Like, in the Christian
Mm,
Bale one, we know that Commissioner Gordon was there when his parents died as a kid, da, 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 whatever. But this one, it's like, so why did you trust this guy immediately? Like, how did you guys create this relationship?
right.
Obviously, at this point in time, he hasn't been doing this very long. Like,
Yeah. How did it start?
how did this
Yeah,
start?
right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I hope maybe they'll uncover something like that in a HBO Max show or something like that.
Yeah,
That's the
probably.
beauty. That's the beauty of all these streaming services. It just gives us extra details. Hopefully, they actually do a great job with this because Peacemaker, like I said, I liked Peacemaker. A little over the
Hmm.
top for a brother. It was like watching Deadpool, but
It definitely was. I really enjoyed
it
it.
was
Okay, so this
good.
will be side note. Side note to Peacemaker.
Super
We're not going
side
to talk
note.
about it very long
Right.
because we're talking about Batman. But I just want to say, I really enjoyed Peacemaker. Absolutely love Adrian Chase, even though I feel like they made him a little bit too dumb the past like 2, 3 episodes. Um, love Peacemaker.
Who is Adrian Chase? Is that
He's
Vigilante?
vigilante.
Okay, yeah,
Vigilante.
yeah.
Um,
Vigilante is stupid as hell, but he
he's so stupid. I love him so
gets he
much.
gets busy though. That's for sure.
I don't know why. I love that psychopath. But I wonder in like 15, 20 years, we're gonna look back on that and be like, why did you guys think racism was funny? And I'm like,
Mm, mm,
it's fair. It's like where in any of that did you think?
mm,
Because Peacemaker he's like is screwed up because he like he's not as racist as he was raised to be, but he's still like racist. And so it's like we're like watching this show where people are making these racist comments or misogynistic comments, but it's supposed to be like a kind of satire. And so
mm,
we're like, oh, we're still laughing at it, but we're laughing at it because we know it's wrong. And I'm like, well,
mm,
if you know it's wrong, why are you still laughing at it? Why is it still funny? And I feel like that's going to be the critique in like, give it like a decade or two.
right.
But
Hey, that's deep right there.
back
That's
to Batman.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Uh, I forgot what we was talking about now.
We were talking about Commissioner Gordon. We didn't talk about the Joker because like we could talk about him because there was the deleted scene and we saw a little bit of him. We have seen his face. We
Okay.
know a little bit of the performance if you want to. If
Yeah,
not,
we
that's
can talk
fine
about
too.
the Joker. So I didn't really listen to the dialogue of the Joker. I forgot to watch it again.
Okay.
I'll just go based off of look and feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked it. He seems like totally off his rocker, like just
Yeah.
completely gone. He's always going to be super intelligent. It just as the Joker in general, but he's completely. He at least seems
Mm-hmm.
more crazier than the Christopher Nolan, Batman. I don't know if you can get crazier than that, but just from the look,
Why do we keep trying?
yeah, I don't know what I don't, the only way you can get a better Joker almost is to go crazier, it seems like. I don't know, but this one seems ultra demented. His face is scarred and completely disformed, like it looks creepy. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I'm giving it a chance. I just don't know what to say about it other than it's ultra creepy and it feels
Yeah.
very Joker-esque, especially for this universe. I can see why why he's locked up, because you can just tell he is like a Hannibal Lecter, whatever the movie Saw. Like he just feel like he should
Mm-hmm.
be planted in those universes. He's just here to torture people. That's just what he
Yeah.
wants to do. So I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm gonna go back and watch that footage and see what the actual dialogue was about.
Yeah.
I know he was Batman was showing up to get help to find obviously the Riddler
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And I caught a little bit of the dialogue, but I just didn't watch it all the way through, so I can't give it
Yeah.
a review.
I haven't watched it all the way through either, but
Yeah,
but I've seen like clips and stuff of it. And yeah, I can see why they didn't include it in the movie because
yeah,
I feel
I
like it
can
would
too.
just pull focus
Right.
too many times with too many different villains.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how like what they do with him in the future,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that he's teaming up with Riddler, which those two characters have always been so similar anyway,
Yeah, they are.
that it would make sense for them to team up, like rather than keeping them completely separate.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder what he's going to end up looking like with the paint because as of what we've seen so far, he's just really scarred.
Yeah,
He just
very.
has he's just really disfigured.
Mm-hmm.
And like with Heath, we saw him disfigured, but then he puts on the paint and it kind of like melds and like meshes into each other, like the paint and the scars like go
Mm-hmm.
along with each other. But with Barry, I'm like, it's just a lot going on. Like I get it, you have the hair dye, great, but there's just so much going on with this face, darling. There's so much going on with this face.
It's a lot.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I'm
yeah,
very glad that they didn't include that scene in there though.
okay,
I'm
so
glad.
this is another thing. At the end, at the very end of the movie, the scene that was in the movie, when he's talking, and when I first saw like the disfigurement, he was saying a lot about clowns. So I was like, okay, Joker. But then when I saw the disfigured, I was like, is this a Harvey Dent? Because like
You it kind of was like a Harvey Dent
it
though,
was
wasn't it?
Two
Two
Face.
Face.
It looked like
Mm-hmm.
Two Face, and so I was
Mm-hmm.
like, are we sure that wasn't Two Face? Because
Yeah,
that would make sense. I mean, like,
yeah.
but it's Joker. Okay,
I thought about Harvey Dent too when I first saw it, but it's the voice and all that was like, okay, yeah,
yeah, it's Joker.
it's Joker. So, but I don't know. That would be dope to get a Harvey Dent in here though,
It
especially in
would
this
be.
the aesthetic of this universe. I think that's the thing that got me the most is how grounded that
How
it is,
realistic,
and
how
yeah,
Gotham feels
yeah.
real.
So their interpretation of some of these outlandish characters, I like
Hmm.
it so far. But
Yeah.
everybody know me. I'm not a fan of Batman in that much. I mean, he's cool.
Hmm.
Certain versions are better than others. Of course, there's so many, just like Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is a little more, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's better than the Batmans to
Yeah.
me. Anyways, I like this universe and I like how they've been attacking it, for the brief moment that we've seen it. So I'm very interested in seeing what they do moving forward, all the side
Hmm.
things, the TV shows and all that.
I am
WB, they're
too.
doing their thing as of late for this one.
They had to do something because the Justice League was an embarrassment to everyone. Like,
Trying to
goodness.
play catch up. They was playing catch up too. They was trying to move too
Yeah.
fast. It could have worked. They just did it too fast. That's
If
all.
they would have anyway. I actually rewatched the Snyder cut of Justice League again the other day, and I was like, this is such a far superior movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if
Hmm.
you just would have like let him have it. Like, just let the cyborg be the center character. It's still not great, but it's so much better than the trash that we got. It's better than Dawn of Justice. My God, that movie sucked so bad. So yeah, WB had to do something, and I the thing is, I want to know when the contracts were signed. Like, were you guys okay doing the Batman before or after Joker? Which we know Joker is not related, but they said that was going to be a one-off. But I think they're doing a sequel to that too. Which I'm like, to do what? To say what?
Yeah.
Is this another, like, will you have another Batman in that one? Like, what is there to say or do?
They need to chill out. They need to figure. They need to chill out. Joker is
Batman
not Joker
fatigue.
without Batman. That's for sure. You can do a Batman without Joker, but you can't do it a long version of Joker without Batman.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. So if you're gonna add a whole new Batman coming up, good luck, because this Batman is pretty good, and I don't think anybody has time for another Batman. Yeah. Just don't. Got too much other stuff to watch. They showed the previews to all the other shows that are coming in the WB universe. I don't know which ones are connected, but the Black Adam, the Flash movie,
Shazam 2,
and
Flash movie keeps getting pushed back.
The Flash got pushed back again. You said?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, it keeps getting pushed back. It's been pushed back like a year or two right now, and I think they just pushed it back again. And I'm like, y'all, I think it's coming out next year now instead of this year.
Hey, I gotta do something. I when I look at these movies, I see the potential there, though. Black Adam, I've been highly anticipating that. With Dr. Fate and seeing Hawkman in there, like, these characters are dope, and put in the right hands, it can be a good thing going on. But the Flash, I'm itching to see that. Especially what's going on now. There's a lot of multiverse things going on. Obviously, Marvel. Then you got what's the Chloe Zhao, not Chloe Zhao, but Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh
movie.
Everything everywhere.
Yeah, I want to see that. But these are all gonna be multiversal type things. So I like to see everybody's iteration of that.
Yeah,
obviously Marvels is the one we really want to see the most. Just got the most history with it, but I'm excited to see this stuff. So we'll see.
Me too.
All right. Any final thoughts? You got anything else you want to talk about? The Batman. And vengeance.
I'm excited for him to, like, find the balance between being vengeance and justice. We saw him moving towards the end of the film. I'm trying to say what else. Fight scenes were great. I didn't say this before, but I was impressed by how well Rob fit, like the bottom of his face fit the cowl.
Yeah.
He does have a chiseled chin. I'm not gonna lie, my guy has a chiseled chin and a beak-like nose. It fits perfectly.
The suit was dope too, by the way. The suit was
was dope. Great cinematography, fantastic cinematography.
Man, that cinematography, that scene in the end where he was in the hallway and they were shooting those guns off.
Yeah, and he was just going in and doing it. I was like, okay.
Scenes I've ever seen, just how they shot that.
Yeah. Even him showing up to the club as himself and just, like, putting in that work, I was like, okay, this is kind of hot.
The hoodie on.
Just a little bit. Okay, I guess. Violence. It's all about the violence.
But yeah,
I don't know about issues.
I really don't have any issues with this movie. Nothing that I can, be like.
Yeah, it was great. It's just an adjustment because it's a hard pivot from anything we've known before.
Yeah, and like I said, going into this, I was not expecting nothing special at all. So to get what we got, I'm like, okay, I appreciate y'all for that. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. Because I was here for a very long time watching this movie. You heard me?
Yeah.
I thought the movie was over twice, and it was still going.
Bruh, tell me about it. I was like, we're still going? There's still more?
It was like Bad Boys 2. That movie ended 3 times. All right. Well, I guess we can end it there. I'm sure we'll come across some more stuff later on. And
Yeah, y'all hit us in the comments and tell us what you thought about the Batman and what you anticipate seeing moving forward from this brand new universe. Yeah, and hit us up on all of our social media on TikTok, Instagram,
Please.
and Twitter at simply_marvelous. That's just Marvel and us. And yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we're out of here. I'm Anton. That is Taylor D. And we are simply marvelous. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. Man, it's been so long.
Yep.